Trust me, lad, you don't want to know.
Yes, I do.
Well, it's not a terrible fever, only once.
Never mind that. She's to be left to herself, more or less. I understand she is a moody child. Above all, there is to be no mention of, you know who, Mr. Craven's orders. Do you all understand?
Yes, Mrs. Mendel.
Good.
She's here! She's here! Open the door!
You will do no such thing. You forget yourself, Mother.
Sorry, Mrs. Mendel.
John,
Yes, Mrs. Mendel?
the door.
Right to our Mrs. Mendel, the door.
Mind you, Alice, what you have. The rest of you may go back to your duties. There is more than enough work to keep you busy, I'm sure.
Ah, Mrs. Medlock. You are Mrs. Medlock, yes?
I am. You are Mrs. Crawford.
Quite so. You've no idea how happy I am to be back here in England.
There is no place like England.
Yes, my husband's in the Lancers. He's been reassigned.
It was most kind of you to escort Miss Lennox from India.
What choice did I have? The outbreak of cholera was just devastating. People have no idea. She couldn't return on her own. I should like to speak with Mr. Craven now.
I'm afraid that's not possible. He's in poor health and never receives.
How inconvenient. Well, in any case, my duty is done. She's your worry now. This is Mary Lennox.
What? Her?
Oh, no, this is my servant. Can't you? I never travel anywhere that much. I find her to be quite indispensable. Can't she? I thought Mary was with you.
She must have slipped away. Gracious! You haven't lost the child.
Don't be absurd. She put us when we came into the house. Now, I don't wish to speak out of turn, Mrs. Mendel, but the girl has proven in trial. She is stubborn, obstinate, contrary, willful.
All your letter said was, move.
She's that too. I've never seen a poor creature smile. Poor girl is spoiled beyond all reason.
I hope she won't prove troublesome. I have no time for tantrums and such. Every ounce of energy I have goes to managing this large house. It's no easy task.
Yes, I'm sure. Let's see if you can find the girl, and she couldn't have gotten far.
Yes, Miss. Oh, here she is now.
Mary, where on earth were you?
I wanted to look about. It's a gloomy sort of house, isn't it? I doubt if I shall be happy here. That's not what my hopes are.
She talks like a little old lady.
Oh, yes.
Give yourself time, child. You'll soon make some friends.
I don't think so. People never like me, and I never like people. I never have any friends.
Do you see what I mean?
Indeed, I do. My word, she's a plain piece of goods. And here we heard her mother was a great beauty. Didn't have much of it down. Seems thin to me, too pale. Perhaps she will improve as she grows older, like a late living flower. There is nothing likely to improve children here in this way manner. She could do with a nicer expression.
Go on. Talk about me as if I weren't here. Why should I care? After all, I'm only married.
don't know how it is that he likes her.
Crossing from India, I'd like to have lost my mind trying to figure out where she was and what she was doing.
I can well imagine. She will have to comply with the rules of this house.
I will not.
She will have to do as she is told.
I won't be bossed.
You'll have to be more than firm with this child.
I will get my way. Go.
I knew.
Miss Mary, are you up?
Cook is so proud of himself. He found a recipe for making porridge the way they do in India.
And we put cinnamon in the hot cocoa. Seeds in India that I more flavor than we do here in India. Miss Mary!
She's not still sleeping, is she?
How should I know? I'll take that.
Which one of you is Sally?
We're all Sally, Miss Mary.
Martha, Sally?
I'm Martha, Miss Mary. And Miss B. Jane. Miss Mary. And Miss B. Betty. Miss Mary.
Mrs. Medlock sent you to look after me. You should have been here earlier. I had to dress myself.
Can't you put on your own clothes?
You're a strange sort of savage. I never had to dress myself in India. It was a custom. When I was in India, can't you dress me? That would be the foreign lady in the strange dress. The one that arrived with a carriage? It's not a strange dress. It's called a sari, what Hindu women wear in India. You are very ignorant.
It's true I'm to look after you, Miss Mary, but I'm really not your servant.
Then whose servant are you?
She's Mrs. Medlock's servant, and Mrs. Medlock is Mr. Craven's servant.
Does my uncle know I'm here?
Daddy does, miss, but you needn't expect to see it because you won't.
He comes and goes if the mood strikes. But I want to see him. He rarely sees anyone. But I'm his niece.
That's not likely to make any difference, Master.
Very set in his ways he is. What is this stuff? Looks horrid. It's Indian porridge. Cook made it special for you. I never eat porridge. Throw it out. Throw it out?
Oh, miss, you don't mean that.
I always mean what I say. Put a spoon of syrup on it, or a bit of sugar.
That'll make it tasty.
Didn't you hear what I said? I don't want it. I don't want any breakfast.
I hate to see the food go to waste.
If some children saw this tray, they'd lick it clean. Why? Why?
Because the hungry is young fox and foxes.
I don't know what it is to be hungry. Take it away.
The cocoa too.
I don't like cocoa.
But cook put in cinnamon.
Cinnamon only makes it worse. I hate cinnamon. Now, help me with my dress.
Dress is fine, Miss Mary, but we could do something about this hair.
What am I to do with myself all day?
Mrs. Medlock says you're not to make a nuisance of yourself. If you're in the house, try to stay out of the way.
It's such a large house. I'll go exploring.
Mrs. Medlock wouldn't like that. Mustn't go poking about, miss.
How many rooms?
No one knows for certain. Over 600 they say. Most of them locked up though. You know, Dickens worked in the gardens. He likes company.
Who's sticking?
Your brother. You'll like him. He knows all about making gardens bloom. When it comes to animals, he's the best friend they've got. Birds come get us, eat out of his hand. No matter how long there is to eat, he always saves a bit of bread for his pets.
I doubt if I'll like him. I'm sure he won't like me.
I can't stand chatting, Miss Mary. I've got to do this. Take a walk outside the house. Get to know the place. That's the advice.
Martha,
Yes, miss.
I heard someone cry last night. I'm sure of it. Did you hear someone cry?
Goodness, miss. I never hear anything tonight. I'm tucked away in the attic.
I'm sure I heard someone cry.
If you say so, miss.
I know what I'll do. I'll get my skipping rope.
It's a good idea, miss. Have yourself a little holiday.
I got you, Mr. Robin. I know you're chirping. Like to follow me about, you do. Does your fellas good to watch a lad work, eh? Well, I won't disappoint you. Let's see. How about I plant some Johnny Jump Ups, violets, corbels, and maybe some sweet fern?
Who are you talking with, chicken?
Morning, Dr. Craven. He's up there. Follows me about up the straight line. See him?
You mean the Robin Redbreast?
Aye. He's a smart one, that little bird. He likes to chance it.
I'll take your word for it. No doubt you understand his peculiar language. You certainly have a way with the creatures of the field.
Mother says it's a gift. You've been to see old Ben Witherstaff?
Yes, and I'm impressed with his progress. His broken leg is on the mend. However, I don't want him getting up and about. He's worried about the grounds. Wants to come down here.
He's got nothing to fear. I've got everything under control like a good gardener's apprentice.
I bet you do.
I'll visit his cottage in a bit and try to cheer him up.
Excellent idea. Reassure him all is well. That's the best medicine.
Leave it to me.
Good lad.
Someone's coming, you say? Wonder that might be.
101, 102, 103.
Morning, miss.
Oh, I know who you are.
Sorry.
Martha's brother.
Aye.
You know everything about the flowers and birds, Martha said.
I do know a lot. I ain't ashamed to admit that.
Aren't you kind of young to be the head gardener?
Well, I'm not the head gardener. I help out a few days a week. Only, it's every day now that old Ben Witherstaff is laid up with a broken leg. He ain't as young as he'd like to be.
I'm not 11.
Yes, miss. I know. You come all the way from India. I guess you've met all kinds of strange animals and such. I envy you.
One doesn't meet animals. They're just there. I suppose you meet the animals of India. Elephants and the like.
I've never seen an elephant, excepting in picture books.
They climb disagreeable, especially if they have that teeth. Dickon, you have a moment. You come and have a new pony. You don't seem that big happy. Something for me too.
I'll come to the stable as soon as I visit with old Ben. This is my brother, Phil. He's a stable boy.
Miss Mary? Seems to me there are an awful lot of sounds in this place, madam. Well, I think.
Aye.
Dickon! Dickon! That's Mother!
Let's be getting the others. She'll be wanting to see us all.
Aye, she will. Dickon!
For what for Misselthwaite Manor, I reckon it's a and go to bed hungry, many a night.
I'm hungry now. I didn't have any breakfast.
Mother'll have something in a basket. You'll see.
You seem pleasant enough. Maybe we can even be friends, but it's doubtful. I don't have any friends. There you are, Dickon. Didn't you hear me calling?
Oh, I was talking with Miss Mary.
The young lady all the way from India? How nice! Welcome to Yorkshire, child. Please do not rouse your dear uncle.
She didn't have any breakfast.
No breakfast. Mustn't go without eating, does it do? I've got some delicious apples I picked this morning and some nice cinnamon buns I made for Dickon and his brothers and sisters. They were raised on them. I don't like cinnamon much. But maybe an apple it is. You're quite pale, Miss Mary. You could do with a bit more color in your cheeks. Why does one section of the garden have a wall around it?
You mean over there?
Yes, I couldn't find a door.
There's a locked door somewhere, but no one's seen it in over 10 years. Shrubs and vines are covered up. Ben would know where it is.
If there's a locked door, then there must be a key.
The Master buried the key when he closed the garden, so no one was ever to go in there again.
Why? Gracious, didn't your uncle tell you? I haven't seen my uncle. I suspect he's not happening here. Why did he bury the key to the garden door? Tell me.
I suppose you have a right to know. There was a terrible accident, and the garden was Rand's favorite spot. Tended it all by herself, roses mostly. She was just a bit of a girl. There was an old tree with a branch bent like a seat on it. One day, she was sitting there. The branch broke and she fell to the ground. Hurt so badly that next day she died. The doctor feared Mr. Craven would look up his mind and die too, but he didn't. That's why he hates the walled garden and won't never let anyone in there. He loved his lilies so.
Lilius.
Your aunt's name. There's some say she only married off Old Craven because he was rich, him with a crooked back and all, but I think they loved each other dearly. Now he does nothing but hide himself away from the world and find his clear and dead to forget. Poor man.
It is very lonely here.
Oh, I don't see how you can say that, Miss Mary. You haven't been here long.
Doesn't matter. I'm lonely no matter where I am. I suspect I'll always be.
That's no way to look at things, child.
Mother! Brother!
Well, it's Jane and Betty.
Mother! That's Martha.
What's in the basket? Cinnamon, by the way.
Let's all have one. Better not let this bedlock catch us.
Leave the apples. I'm taking them back home with me where I'll make some delicious pies. Only stopped by a moment to visit the whole thing. Poor Codger. A broken leg is no blessing, but I couldn't leave without saying hello.
You mean to say that all of these Sarahs are your children, Miss Sowerby?
They're the children, yes. Of course, they belong to Mr. Sowerby too. May he rest in heaven.
How curious. And I suppose I shall spend my days here, wandering about, being lonely for.
Rubbish, child. I know what you must do. You must get yourself a bit of ground and grow a garden. It will do wonders for you.
You won't be lonely then. You'll see.
I don't know anything about gardens.
Let you can do it, Miss.
He could be like a brother to you. I've never had any brothers or sisters.
I've got 11. I know what we'll do, Miss Mary. That is if you like. I don't wish to presume.
What?
We'll make you an honorary member of the Sowerby family.
Would you like that, Miss Mary?
It most certainly is a curious proposition. Yes, I think I might like it.
Welcome to the family, Miss Mary.
Thank you. There are so many in your family. How does it work?
As my mother always says,
A family is a sacred thing. It's something to cherish.
We all work together to make sure things get done. Like cooking in the kitchen.
And the laughing and the playing.
We're one big, happy family. We love each other and we take care of each other. Can you understand that?
I've got lots of people to take care of me. They just don't make me happy.
that's because they're not your family.
But my family.
Oh, Mary, we didn't mean to upset you. There are so many of us, and yet we always have room in our hearts for one more.
Sure I do.
Of course, we can be your family.
We will always be one.
We can play together.
You can even help with the chores.
A family is people that care about you, really care about each other.
I don't quite know what to say.
Say you'll be our sister.
I'll be your sister.
Love you, Mary.
I'm so excited! Oh, Martha, you'll never guess where I've been.
You seem happy enough, Miss Mary.
I just met my uncle.
Good for you, Miss. I was worried thinking that someone said hello to you.
He said I might have garden,
Taking all the good help there.
and I could visit
There are memories and miracles in this secret garden of mine.
Aye, the girl seems to work some magic on Master Colin. There's always the danger for relapse. We must never forget Master Colin has been through a lot. Those weak legs, rheumatic fever, coughs and colds that nearly kills him, even a touch of typhoid.
I will say though, he's been less lonely and he has surprising needs.
Indeed.
I've grown quite tired of telling you stories about India. Besides, I mustn't neglect the garden.
You have a garden, Miss Mary.
Not really a garden. You couldn't call it a garden. A piece of air, that's all it is. My uncle said I might have it.
When was that?
Some months ago, before he went abroad.
And what do you have in your piece of earth?
Only the things Dick and Sowerby recommends.
Good lad, that Dickon.
Things are starting to grow. There are clusters of purple crocuses and gold ones. Leaves are beginning to break out, and curls. It is the season after all.
I plan to visit that piece of earth soon.
Now, Master Colin, I'm impressed with your improvement, but we mustn't rush things. I return this evening. I must visit Ben Weatherstaff. My leg is not as good as I thought. He may have to go to the hospital. Keep up with the medication, nurse.
Yes, Corporal. Just Dr. Craven and a smile. Is that a funny question? Oh, no, but that's what folks used to say about you when you first came to this little weekend. Does Miss Mary have a smile? I suppose I have changed a great deal, but still, it's nothing to laugh at.
I want you to stay with me all afternoon.
You're being silly. I have too many things to attend to. Besides, I must visit Ben.
You have to do what I say. Everyone does.
That again! You're like a young Rajah in India, sitting on a silken pillow, always wanting his own way. Well, I won't be easy this time. I won't stay.
You will.
I won't.
Well, if you don't stay with me, I'll work myself into a tantrum.
Go ahead, you're so spoiled.
How dare you speak to me like that? How dare you?
I'm going into the garden, and I'm leaving you here.
If you go without me, I'll scream and yell.
See if I care. Besides, I can scream and yell even louder than you can.
You can't.
I can. There, how'd you like it? What on earth is going on in here? Things were going so well between the two of you. Oh yes, of course. Hysterics. I won't be ordered to ride my colt. I'm his friend, not his servant.
She's cruel, nurse. That's what she is. Cruel.
So says the young Rajah.
Ow!
Now what?
I've got the lump on my back. It's growing.
You didn't feel a lump. You only want attention. If you did feel a lump, it was only a hysterical lump. Hysteria makes lumps. There's nothing the matter with your back.
There is.
Nurse! Show me his back this minute. Perhaps he will not allow me.
No. Go on. Show her. She'll see then. She'll be sorry. She'll apologize. There. Satisfied?
There's not a single lump there. There's no clear lump as big as a pig, except backbone lumps, and you can only feel that because you're so thick. I've got backbone lumps too. They'll be gone when I fat it, and it will be the same with you. Mister, if I may have a word. I did not realize that Master Colin thought he had a lump on his spine. His back is weak only because he will not exercise, and he spends most of his days here in bed. I would have told him that there was no lump.
Do you think I
rest. Then he fell asleep.
Oh, Mary, I was afraid you were going to give away our secret to Dr. Craven.
Never, Polly. It's our secret and Dickens.
Tell me some more about the garden.
Well, it's been left alone for so long that the roses climbed and climbed and climbed until they creep up the ground and hang on the branches, almost like a strange rain mist.
I'm afraid I can't be too encouraging, Miss Wiggin. Since I was in the vicinity, I thought I might as well stop by. I was hoping at last for a word or two with Archibald Craven. I heard he was back.
Back in England, you mean? Yes, London. He stays at the Empress Hotel, a fashionable place, not, as Mr. Craven would notice. I'm sure he's sitting in some large chair in the lobby, surrounded by gloom and doom.
You say he expressively stated that Miss Mary was not to have done this.
For the time being, I must say the child has improved. She no longer sulks and pouts. The last time I saw her, I thought she looked rather pretty, like a wild flower. Mrs. Sowerby, a neighbor woman, attributes it to garden work.
Garden work.
Oh, you know, planting, weeding, picking away the bugs. Mary gave me these. Aren't they lovely?
Beautiful. Is Dr. Craven about?
Of course, he rarely leaves the estate.
If the position of governess is no longer available, I'll have to look elsewhere. I've already wasted too much time thinking about this Wayne man. You might tell Mr. Craven when he returns that a wildflower is very frequently mistaken for a wheat.
That I will.
Nice bit of sample you live, Master Paul. It's a real pleasure seeing you up and about.
You sound like the doctor.
Dr. Craven?
Miss Mary's my doctor.
Shall I try to find her? She must be somewhere about.
No, she knows I'll be here, same as yesterday. I don't need you.
I think John and I ought to stay, sir.
I don't want you to stay. Understand? I want you to go back to the house. When it's time for me to return, Dickon and Mary will help me.
Very good, sir.
Must it catch a chill? The sun can draw you. How's that, Huffy?
Off you go. Hello to you too, Mr. Robin. Fine day.
We looked for you a little while ago.
Nurse made me take a bowl of hot soup. Said I couldn't go out until I did.
Who fetched you here?
Same as yesterday, your brother the footman.
John.
And your sister Betty. I sent them back. I don't want to take any chances. No one must know about our secret.
Well, come along then, Polly. There's an awful lot of work to be done. Every day is shining.
been practicing them back exercises I showed you?
Yes, but I never told the doctor. He might not approve.
I've got 6 packets of new seed money in my basket. We'll plant them today.
I never realized the outdoors could be so much fun.
So much nicer than staying in your stuffy room.
Mary, Dickon,
What now?
I want to show you something. I haven't looked at it in a long, long time. I didn't want to.
A cameo brooch. I've never seen one. So lovely. What's it in?
It's lovely for sure. There's a beautiful lady painted on it.
My mother. For a long time, I didn't want to be reminded of her. I was angry with her because she died and left me alone.
Are you still angry with her?
No, but I wish I could have known her. I wish she could have known me. I like to think she's looking down from heaven and seeing the sun here in the secret garden.
I imagine she is.
Smiling because every day you're getting stronger and stronger.
You've got to believe things real hard, Colin. Sometimes, if you believe hard enough, they come true. It's a kind of magic.
Like taking flowers to the fair for luck. You've got to believe, otherwise it won't work.
Here are the seeds.
It's a beautiful day.
Mistress Mary, white Ferrari, cabbage or garden red.
With silver bells and cockle shells and marigolds all in a row.
Nurse, why is Master Colin not in his room?
I believe he's on the bat. Yes. Don't worry, Doctor. I believe he'll be just fine. John took him out for fresh air.
He can't all of the sort of be up in a field like this. We can't be taking any risks with the boy's health.
He does seem to be improving. You did say so yourself, Doctor.
Yes, and I also said we needn't rush things. Please see that he gets his rest.
Yes, of course, Doctor. Yes.
I don't understand it myself, but I must admit, it seems something of a miracle.
Just yesterday, Master Colin managed to make a joke. He even chuckled at himself.
While standing by his bedside this morning,
He slapped me on the derriere.
Oh, wait a minute.
Master Colin does have a bit of colour in his cheeks. And a bit of nerve as well, I hear.
Who would have thought it? Master Colin in a lively mood.
I've even seen him smile once or twice.
I would call credit to Miss Mary. She doesn't spoil him or tolerate his tantrums. She's quite blunt with him.
I haven't heard him scream or yell in weeks.
He doesn't have his tantrums anymore either. He's even quite polite. He answers me when I speak.
down by the stable, I saw him getting care of a pony.
He never. Come to think of it, he's been eating much better himself.
And when I lifted him from his bed and put him in his chair, I could tell he's gained a pound.
He doesn't seem as tired or angry.
All I know is that something is happening to Master Colin. I wonder what could be the sudden cure.
Do you know what I'd like to be when I'm fully grown?
Master, business late man?
Besides that, I mean,
What?
a scientist. I intend to be a scientist. I intend to be the greatest scientist the world has ever known.
Oh, I expect I'll be right here, doing what I'm doing now. I should pay more attention to vegetables, cabbages, and potatoes and carrots.
Why? Flowers are much nicer to look at.
That's true, but most people don't like to eat flowers. English people, anyway. private right to it.
No, no! I don't want anyone to tell my father. I want it to come as a surprise.
If you finish early enough today, Mara and me will show you where the hedgehogs are living. They move around quite a bit, you know.
I've never seen a real hedgehog.
You'll smile when you see them. Funny little creatures they are.
I never thought I'd live to see the day.
Why, Mother?
Master Colin, do you remember me, lad?
Of course I do, Mrs. Sowerby. I met you a few years ago when I was still feeling strong enough to go to the fair. I didn't like it there. People stared at me. It was because of my wheelchair.
I can hardly believe my eyes.
But Mary, this was our secret. Yours, Dickens, and mine.
Mrs. Sowerby's different. She's one of us. You really don't mind, do you?
I suppose not. Seeing as how she's Dickens' mother, and you've told me many nice things about her.
I told you it would be a surprise, Mrs. Sowerby.
Seeing Master Colin like this is more wonderful than any surprise I could ever imagine. And this garden has come back to life.
That's Mary's doing mostly. She found the key and opened the door.
I haven't been here in a long, long time. The garden used to be such a happy place. The memories.
What's wrong, Mrs. Sowerby?
I know why the garden's come back to life. Your mother is here. I can feel it. She couldn't keep out.
Well, if she is here, I'm sure she'll like this. Here's the real surprise, Mrs. Sowerby.
Huh?
Go on, Master Colin. Show me Mother.
Show me what? Mercy, take it help the boy.
No, Mother. He's got to help himself.
Master Colin, be careful, you'll fall.
Go on, Colin.
What? What are you saying, girl? What?
Just one small step. I know you can do it.
Just one small step.
And you'll be free of the chair, free to run and play.
I can do it.
Don't be afraid of stumbling. Everybody does.
Watch me. I'll do it.
Come on, Colin. I know you can.
You did it!
I'm walking.
Keep going, Colin.
Go on.
I won't just walk. I'm going to run.
You're walking, Colin. I knew you could.
I won't just run. I'm going to fly.
I would never have believed it unless I saw with your eyes. I know your mother's in this garden.
I shall get well. I shall get well. Mary, Dickens, and Miss Sowerby. I shall get well, and I shall live forever and ever and ever.
Time to dressmaker say my frock will be ready.
No time tomorrow, Mrs. Crawford.
Well, they're sending you here to the hotel, or are you going to go pick it up?
I tell them to deliver it here, Mrs. Pip.
Ah, thank you, Archie.
Mr. Craven! Mr. Craven! Mr. Craven! Mr. Craven! Mr. Craven! Mr. Archibald Craven, Elizabeth Manor, Yorkshire.
Here, boy.
Sir?
One moment.
Thank you, sir.
Look at that, Hunchies. The man didn't even look at his letter.
He seems tired.
From all tired, he's perpetually tired. A listless, dull man. Now that I've seen for myself, I'm quite glad it was that Misselthwaite Manor when we came all the way from India with that impossible Mary Lennox.
He does seem sad.
Never got over his wife's death, I hear. Can't bear to his son because he reminds him of her. I suspect he's a brute. Men like that usually are.
Perhaps you should introduce yourself?
No, not likely. I wouldn't pay to Mr. Truly me man.
There is a secret garden that is always in bloom. There are memories and miracles in this secret garden of mine. Archie, come into the garden. Feel the sun. Look at the roses. Please, come into the garden. It's been a long time since you've been here. I miss you. Those rose trees we planted long ago, they're growing again. Remember, we were afraid they might be stunted. The family rodents, how they chatter and chirp. Our garden is wonderful, isn't it? We will be so happy here. We mustn't be sad.
Lilius?
Of course, dear. It's Lilius. I'm here. I'm always close. Where else would you expect me to be?
Where? Where?
In the garden, Archie. I'm in the garden. Our garden.
Lilius! Asleep. I was dreaming. Yes, that's it. I was dreaming. A letter. Miss Susan Sowerby. How are you?
Dear sir, I trust you will not think me forward, but as you have been kind to me and mine in the past, I feel I can take the liberty. You will recall, sir, we once talked about young Miss Marion and how a governess might not be needed. She has come along so nicely, she has. But sir, please sir, I would come home if I was you. I think you'd be glad to come, and if you will excuse me, sir, I think your lovely young wife would ask you to come if she were here. Your obedient servant, Susan Sowerby.
Is this part of a dream too? Am I still dreaming? I will go back to Misselthwaite. I'll find the key. I'll open the garden. I'll go at once.
Where's the master now?
In the garden, I imagine. If he can remember where we buried the key.
I better inform Dr. Craven. He'll want to know about this.
Oh, never even asked about this Mary or Master Colin. Just in the door long enough to announce his presence.
Has he gone mad?
I think I best try to locate him. In his condition, he might fall and hit his head or attack somebody!
I'll come with you, boy!
What's wrong, Cousin Archie? You seem possessed.
Call it what you will. What are you two doing in here? Who opened this garden? Who found the key? Who dared?
I did, Uncle. You said I might have entered its made to come alive.
I never dreamed you would pick this place.
How did you find the key?
A rendition, sorry.
A robin.
Fancy for life, said.
Oh no, sir, there's genuine magic here. I feel it all the time.
I'm going back to the house. I wish to see my son.
There's no need to go back to the house for that, sir.
How's that?
See yourself.
What? Is this more of a dream?
Colin, where's your wheelchair?
It's him, sir. It's your son. The reason I want you to come home. A boy needs his father. It's magical and no doubt about it.
Can it be you look so different out of the wheelchair?
I'm Colin. You can believe it, Father.
So strong, so tall. You look so much like your mother.
It was the garden that did it. And Marion did it.
Where you tend a rose, sir, a thistle cannot grow.
Colin, all of these years I've forgotten how to live, how to love.
Don't be afraid of someone, sir. Everybody does.
You've got a lifetime left to give to your son.
Can you ever forgive me, son?
I forgive you, Father.
Oh, maybe we can
I'll not hide myself away in that dingy flat in London any longer. My days of running are over.
You mustn't be too hasty, Archibald. I'll need to give Colin a thorough examination to determine if his alleged recovery is real or merely a case of rallying before a rapid decline.
Cousin, you've done quite enough already. And I believe that your services as a physician will no longer be required. And since I will be home to run the estate from now on, may I recommend that you move to London and take up residence in my old flat there. But I insist.
Very well.
As for you, son, we'll begin again together, shall we?
We'll always be.
Together. We will always be together. Now, you come back to the house with me, son. I want to know everything.
I guess the garden doesn't have to be secret anymore.
There, cousin, be a good fellow and fetch the wheelchair back to the house, would you? I'm going to have a stroll with my son.
I'm never getting into that chair again. We'll walk to the house, Father, together.
I'll get the wheelchair for you in case you start to collapse.
Don't count on it.
Oh, come.
I can't believe it. I knew this was happening one day.
And Timmy, you've outdone yourself.
There is a secret garden that's locked far away. There are memories and miracles in this secret garden.
There are memories and miracles, ever so fine, in this secret garden of mine.